Good evening. Dolores County Broadcasting Network presents the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for Monday, October the 17th, isn't it? I'm sorry, October the 15th. Our camera person is Devin. Video, sound engineer, and producer is Lynn. Teleprompter and prompter Myra. News anchor Daniel. Meteorologist Hannah Banana. And this is news director LL. Scrambled and confused M. And now the news.
Kids Evening News Show. Help us keep our news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. You can buy a sponsorship by calling 970-677-4419. That's 970-677-4419. That for the news. Hi, I'm Daniel, and here is our first story from the Denver Post. Why do men act the way they do? News. New men's health minor at Denver Metro State looks at toxic masculinity and more. Men aren't doing so well in today's society, or at least that's what Steve Risman, a professor at Metropolitan State University of Denver, thinks. Men die on average 5 to 7 years earlier than women due to a variety of factors, including suicide. Men are more likely than women to die from most of the 10 leading causes of death, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. But that only makes sense because men have been told that the only masculine emotion they can display is anger. Richmond said fear and other softer emotions are stifled in the modern male, which can lead to physical and mental problems. If you can't admit to vulnerabilities, you aren't likely to seek help, and that will only be trouble in the long run. Risman said, we teach boys early on, don't express your needs, but be strong, and sometimes that means age. 2 of one story, one dying early, and that's just been accepted. And people say, well, that's just the way things are, but wait a second, that's really not okay. Richmond has been examining why men are in such a fix through a series of men's health classes at Metro State that developed these classes, and these classes are now being offered under a new men's health minor that opened to all majors of study and will be able to be the first of its kind in the country, according to university officials. Risman's classes include men and anger, men's health, men across cultures, and several other factors. A new class, fathers and fathering, will be offered in the spring. The classes are offered to both men and women and have proven invaluable to Pauline Zamora, an integrated health major who wants to become a doctor. There are lots of diseases offered to women that talk about women's health, but I've never seen a class that looks at men's health, Zamora said. But if it really helps, it allows me to communicate better with men. They've been told to really suffer in silence and don't admit they might need help with something, but to help them with their health, they have to open up to someone. Our program director suggests that take a pillow, hold it over your face, then scream and shout in it and see if it helps. No charge for that suggestion. Now for the story from the Denver Post. Trump climate change, not a hoax, not sure source. President Donald Trump is backing off his claim that climate change is a hoax, but says he doesn't know if it's a man-made and suggests that the climate will change back again. In an interview with CBS 60 Minutes that aired Sunday night, Trump said he doesn't want to put the U.S. at a disadvantage in response to climate change. I think something's happening, something changing, and it'll change back again. He said, I don't think it's a hoax. I think there's probably a difference, but I don't know that it's man-made. I will say this, I don't want to give trillions and trillions of dollars. I don't want to lose millions and millions of jobs. Trump called climate change a hoax in November 2012 when he sent a tweet stating that the concept of global warming was created by and for the Chinese in order to make U.S. manufacturing non-competitive. He later said he was just joking about the Chinese connection, but in years since, he has continued to call global warming a hoax. I am not denying climate change, he said in the interview, but it could very well go back. We're talking about over a millions of years. As far as climate change, back, temperate records kept by NASA and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration show that the world hasn't had a cooler than average year since 1976 or a cooler than normal month since the end of 1985. Trump, who is scheduled on Monday to visit areas of Georgia and Florida damaged by Hurricane Michael, also expressed doubt over scientists' finding linking the changing climate to more powerful hurricanes. They say that we had hurricanes that were far worse than what we just had with Michael, said Trump, who identified they as people after being pressed by 60 Minutes correspondent Leslie Stahl. She asked what about the scientists who say it's worse than ever. The president replied, You don't have to show me the scientists because they have a very big political agenda. Trump's comments came just days after a Nobel Prize-winning intergovernmental panel on climate change issued a warning that global warming would increase climate-related risks to health, livelihood, food security, water supply, human security, and economic growth. The report detailed how Earth's weather, health, and ecosystems would be in better shape if the world's leaders could somehow limit future human-caused warming. Citing concerns about the pact's economic impact, Trump said in 2017 that the U.S. will leave the Paris climate record. The agreement set voluntary greenhouse gas emissions target in an effort to lessen the impact of fossil fuels, the story from the Journal. The National Weather Service has issued a freeze warning for much of western Colorado and southeast Utah for 6 p.m. Sunday to noon Monday. The freeze watch, which warned of the potential for a freeze, is no longer in effect. Towns affected by the freeze in Montezuma County, including Cortez, Dolores, and Mancos, temperatures are expected to drop into the 20s overnight, reaching their lowest point before sunrise Monday. The freeze warning also includes Dove Creek in Dolores County, New Castle, Parachute, Silt, and Rifle in Garfield County, Hotchkiss and Delta in Delta County, Mesa, Grand Junction, Palisade, Fruita, DeBasque, and Gateway in Mesa County, Montrose and Nucla in Montrose County, Durango, Bayfield, and Ignacio in La Plata County, and Pagosa Springs and Archuleta County. In Utah, the freeze warning includes Blanding, Moab, Castle Valley, Canyonlands National Park, Dead Horse Point State Park, and Fry Canyon. In Montezuma County, temperatures typically start falling below 28.6 degrees in mid-October. Freezes, which are caused by a massive cold air, will impact sensitive vegetation, irrigation, and swamp coolers. The Weather Service said the week's forecast for Montezuma County calls for sunny skies on Monday, with a high near 46 degrees and a low of 30. Tuesday through Thursday, there is a chance of afternoon rain showers with daily highs around 50 degrees and lows in the mid-30s. Sunday, skies are expected to return Friday. Much of northern Colorado was under a winter weather advisory Sunday as early season storm dumped snow across the region. The National Weather Service said 3 to 6 inches has fallen from Boulder to the Wyoming state by Sunday morning, and additional 2 inches was expected to fall around Fort Morgan's. Heavy snow was expected to fall in the mountains until Monday morning. That includes up to 12 inches forecast to fall on the Pikes Peak. Next up, with the Durango Herald. Facts about the saber-toothed tiger. Along with the woolly mammoth, the saber-toothed tiger was one of the most famous megafauna mammals of the Pleistocene epoch. But did you know that this fearsome predator was only remotely related to modern tigers, or that its canines were as brittle as they were long? All modern tigers are subspecies of Panthera tigris, where most people refer to as the saber-toothed tiger, who was actually a species of prehistoric cat known as Smilodon fatalis, which was only distantly related to modern lions, tigers, and cheetahs. Although Smilodon is by far the most famous saber-toothed cat, it wasn't the only member of its fearsome breed. What most people referred to as the saber-toothed tiger was actually a species of prehistoric cat known as Smilodon fatalis, which was only distantly related to modern lions, tigers, and cheetahs. What makes this megafauna mammal truly worthy of attention is its huge curvy canines, which measured close to 12 inches in the largest Smilodon species. Oddly enough, though these monsters' teeth were surprisingly brittle and easily broken, and were often sheared off entirely during close combat, never to grow back again. Saber-toothed tigers had almost comically capacious bites. These felines could open their jaws to a snake-worthy angle of 120 degrees, or about twice as wide as a modern lion or a yawning house cat. Paradoxically, though, the various species of Smilodon could bite down on their prey with much force because they needed to protect their precious canines against accidental breakage. The long, brittle canines of the saber-toothed tiger, combined with its weak jaws, pointed to a highly specialized hunting style. As far as paleontologists could tell, Smilodon pounced on its prey from the low branches of trees, plunged its sabers deep into the neck or flank of its unfortunate victim, and then withdrew to a safe distance, or perhaps back into the conformity environs of the tree, as the wounded animal flopped around and eventually bled to death. Saber-toothed tiger specimens have been recovered by the thousands from the La Brea tar pits in downtown Los Angeles. Assuming scraps of its intact DNA can be recovered, it may yet be possible to resurrect the saber-toothed tiger under the specific scientific program known as de-extinction. Let's hope that they think better of this notion. What if they could bring it back, and then some of them got loose? Now for dumb laws. Dumb laws in Florida cities. In Miami Beach, skateboarding is not allowed at any police station. Persons face up to a 30 days in jail for selling oranges on the sidewalk. Termite farms are not allowed within the city. No one may bring a pig with them to the beach. In Naples, neon signs are prohibited. In Pensacola, citizens are not allowed. Citizens may not be caught downtown without at least $10 on their person. It is legal to roll a barrel on any street. Fines go up to according to the contents of the barrel. A woman can be fined only after death for being electrocuted in a bathtub because of using self-beautification utensils. In Saratoga, if you hit a pedestrian, you are fined $78. You may not catch crabs. In Satellite, beer may not be sold between 2 a.m. Persons may not appear in public clothed in liquid latex. Now here is our weather report with Hannah.
Our current weather data comes from the DCTV weather station located in the beautiful downtown Dove Creek. The current temperature is 50 degrees. The high for today was 52 degrees. The low was 20 degrees. The bobbie-meter is at 30.29 inches and is falling. Humidity is at 25%. Wind is between 1 and 6 miles per hour from the southeast. Gusts have been up to 21 miles per hour. There was 0.00 of an inch of rain measured today by the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 1 inch and 86 of an inch. Moisture accumulation for the year is 6 inches and 76 hundredths. Now for the big map, courtesy of the National Weather Service. The Pacific Northwest and West is exceptionally clear, except for the rain and snow in central Arizona and New Mexico. A good part of the center of the U.S. is also clear. Rain and thunderstorms are occurring in South Texas into Maine and south through Florida. Within this area is the possibility of a flash flooding in central Texas into east Louisiana. From Arkansas following the rain and snow front, there is just and raining in North Maine. Rain ending in North Maine. Here is our exclusive DCTV 5-day forecast. Tuesday, showers likely, high 54, low 37. Wednesday, showers, high 46, low 38. Showers likely. Thursday, high 52, low 34 with thunderstorms. Friday, mostly sunny, high 56, low 37. And then Saturday, mostly sunny, high 58, low 38. Now for a climate change report. CO2 carbon dioxide is considered a greenhouse gas and is a greenhouse gas and is one of the principal causes of climate change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability. This results in significant variations worldwide of moisture and hot and cool temperatures. But the general climate trend is that the planet is slowly warming. Therefore, it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. The following are the CO2 numbers in parts per million. Last week, 405.58. 2 weeks ago, 405.50.5. Last year, 403.38. 10 years ago, 382.78. 50 years ago, 320.25. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tanz of the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration and Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth Network for providing this information. Remember, you can help keep our Kids News Show on air by buying a sponsorship. To buy a sponsorship, please call 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Now back to our news director.
That's the end of today's DCTV 4-H program. This is News Director LL Scrambled M saying good night and thank you for watching.